Great. Okay, cool. Okay, only equipment you're gonna need is same that we've been using. So either two pencils or two cooking utensils. You could use your thumbs if that's easier. So just something simple for you to hold. And then your letter ball shaped object of some sort. So a rolled up pair of socks or a rolled up rag will do as long as it's got an interesting pattern on it. Oh my gosh, Sarah Dawn, that is awesome. Right now, Sarah Dawn is holding up a plastic. Is that like one of those plastic lemons?
It's a pineapple, but it's one of those squeezy
Oh,
stress ball things. And,
yes.
and I didn't have a tennis ball like Nancy, so I figured I would just write on on this.
Oh
But
my
it's been
God,
working.
that is so good. I love that so much. Yes, people getting creative. Yeah. You can use dog toys to write on. You can use, yeah, whatever you've got. That is awesome. Love the creativity. Okay, cool. So that's the only equipment that you're going to need. And then, as always, once we start doing some of the visual vestibular work, just a reminder to move at your own pace for that stuff. So it's totally okay and normal for you to feel maybe a little dizzy, itchy eyes, watery red eyes, maybe even a little nauseous. But that means that you've hit your edge, and we don't want to go too far past that edge. So once you meet that edge, you can close your eyes, you can take a break and stop whatever you're doing. I think that's it. Cool, we'll get going here. So I'll just have you come to a seated or standing grounding position of some sort. If it's safe and accessible for you to do so, you can always slip your socks and shoes off just to get a little bit more grounded. Okay, let's just start with a few shoulder circle rolls. Just getting into the body a little bit more, maybe wiggling the shoulders back and forth, wiggling the rib cage. Just do any movement that feels good for you right now, just to help you find some sort of a body check in. Okay, we'll still the body and we'll close the eyes. And I just want you to think about doing that nice belly breath. So let's actually go both hands on the low belly. Seeing if you can feel that belly push into your hands on the inhale and drift away from your hands on the exhale. Push into your hands, inhale, and drift away from your hands as you exhale. And if it's hard for you to take that deep belly breath, that's okay. Just set that intention of deepening that breath so we keep the breath out of the neck and the chest. Go ahead and set an intention for class today. And then we're going to find a body scan, but it's going to be more of an internal body exam. So I want you to see if you can feel what's going on, kind of the pressures and the layers of tissue a little bit deeper in your body. So starting with your head. And if you could feel, instead of just the scalp or the skin or the face, can you go a little bit deeper? Can you sense what's going on, maybe even inside your brain? And then moving down through your throat. How does that whole area feel? Your throat and your chest and your lungs. How does it feel to take a deep breath in your lungs? Can you feel your heart beating? And are you able to sense any of your organs? Maybe you have a stomach that's grumbling. Maybe you can feel something going on below the stomach. And working your way down all the way into your pelvis. We'll take a couple more breaths there. And on the next exhale, we'll open the eyes. Okay, good. We'll bring the hands up, just stretching everything forward. See if you can stretch your fingers if you're able to, looking up at the sky. And then exhale, take a slow roll down to the ground. We're going to pause at the bottom here, just find a couple of breaths. Seeing if you can focus more on your lungs. What do your lungs feel like to take a breath? And then peel yourself up. Again, widen the arms so they're in a Y. Lift the chest, looking up at the sky. And then exhale, roll down. Try to keep that chin tucked. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, roll up. Lifting everything up to the sky. And last one, rolling down. We're going to hold this one down. I want you to find a yes nod. So tilting your head up and down. Tucking the chin all the way in, and then tilting the head all the way back. Okay, and then let the head hang heavy. And then shake your head left to right as if you were saying no. And then slowly roll yourself up, lifting everything up to the sky. Okay, good. We're going to cross the arms over the across the chest. I want you to keep your hands high, though, kind of on the top back part of your shoulder blade. So you're giving yourself a high hug. And I want you to push round your upper back. Yep. And kind of bury your head in between your arms. And then turn your body slightly to the left. Roll down just halfway so the elbows are not past the knees. Rolling through the center and then back up. So you're just going to draw these little circles, but keep your back flexed the whole time so you're giving yourself a hug the whole time. And just kind of rolling through that. Let your spine be really heavy as you roll. And then switch directions and seeing if you can direct that breath into the area in between your shoulder blades. So that area that we're opening up right now. Do one more circle. And then come back to the center. Good. Release the arms, shake everything out. Let's bring right arm up to the sky, reaching as high as you can, really, really reaching. Yeah, and then bring that arm down and reach as low as you can. So you're kind of coming into a side bend there, like you dropped something on the floor. Reach that hand all the way up, open up the ribs. Reach that hand all the way down. Something fell on the floor. Good. Reach that hand up. Come a little bit more into a side bend here. So we're side bending to the left. And then lower the hand down. You're side bending to the right. Yep. Reach up, side bend left. Reach down, side bend right. And same thing with the other side. So left hand reaches up really high. What's the highest point your hand can get to? And then reaching down low, you drop something on the floor to your left. Reaching up high. And reaching down low. Good. Let's add a little side bend, reaching high, bringing that into a side bend to the right. And then reaching low, side bend left. Reaching high, side bend right. Reaching low, side bend left. Let's do one more each way. Reach high, reach low, and then back to the center. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple options for this next one. So if you're able to come all the way down to the ground, you're gonna have one hand on the floor. If that's unrealistic for you, you're gonna keep your hands on your lap. For my standing athletes, you're just gonna have you're gonna be in a forward hip hinge with a flat back. Okay, so same-ish position for everybody. So let's find that hinge forward position, hands on the floor or your lap. Bring right hand down to the ground, reach left hand up towards the sky. And I want you looking at your top hand. Good, and then go ahead and switch. Left hand down, right hand reaches, looking at the top hand. That's it. And switch. And switch. And switch. Can you open the front of your chest up? So really trying to open up the collarbones. That's the goal here. It doesn't matter what angle you're doing this at. It doesn't matter how low down you are. We're just trying to open the front of the chest through a rotation. Good. You're going to hold this next one up. Doesn't matter which side you're on. You're going to look up at the top hand and then look down at the bottom hand. Up at the top, down at the bottom. So just swiveling your head back and forth. Remember to keep your shoulders down and back here so we don't pinch anything in that area. I'm moving kind of slow with this one. Good. And then go ahead and switch sides. Other hand comes up, swiveling the head from the bottom hand to the top hand. Shoulders are unshrugged. Good. Last one. And then back to the center and pull yourself back up. Awesome. Okay, let's play with the nervous system a little bit more. So we'll just bring fingers to that area under the chest bone, finding your tapping in that area using either fingers or knuckles. Noticing if there's any sensitive places, tender places here for you. Some people are really tender around their breastbone. Some people are more tender by the armpit area. I'm tender by both. Okay. And then we'll take hands to the belly. We're going to find this clockwise direction. You can use as much pressure here as is comfortable for you. You might even notice that if you've been doing this class with me for a while, you might have started to do this belly rub really, really gently, but you might find now that you can add quite a bit more pressure in. So just giving the organs a little bit of a massage. If you have a tender area, you can hold and breathe into it. Okay, good. And then we're going to let's actually take both hands and you're going to put them on, just pressing both of your fingers or your palms on the left side of the base of your ribs. Yeah. And I want you to just, using both of your hands for this one, I want you to trace your ribs to the front and then over to the other side. Trace to the front and over to the other side. So you'll find the ribs kind of swoop down and then come up in the middle, swoop down, and then they keep going back behind you. Yeah, but just tracing from the side to the front. We have a lot of muscles that attach to this area. And we also have a lot of organs that sit under this area. We've got the liver on the right side that kind of sticks out and under. And you're just noticing what's tender for you. You're observing the shape of your ribs. Remember, the more information you have about your body, the easier it is to move it. Okay, good. And then let's do both hands on the top of the hips and find that bony outline tracing from the back of the hips to the front. And everything is similar here. We also have a lot of muscle attachments that sit at the top of the hips. So this place can be a little tender too. Just breathing into this, seeing if you can stay with nasal breathing. Yeah, do that one more time. And then go and release, shake the arms out, shake the hands out. Okay. Let's find our head scratch all the way up and over the head. So last week we were working on mobilizing some of the skin in this area. Feel free to do that today if you'd like. So using more of the pads of your fingers or more of your knuckles, you're just feeling all the way around your scalp and noticing if the skin in certain areas of your scalp feels more free than other areas that might feel a little bit more restricted. So remember, we actually do have muscles and connective tissue all the way up and over our scalp. So releasing some of that tightness in there can actually help with some head and neck things also. Okay, and relax. Let's get the ears a little bit. So I'm just gonna have you start with cupping the ears. So hands are gonna be over the ears. Yeah, and just kind of hold that there for a sec. I'm gonna have you turn the head and the neck and the body to the left. And I just want you to lock your eyes on something on the wall. And then turn your body to the right and lock your eyes on something here too. Hands are still cupped over the ears. Turn to the left. Hold. And turn to the right. And hold. Good. Coming back to the center. Go and remove the hands off of the ears. We'll grab the ear lobes using fingers or knuckles, giving a gentle tug, down and back behind you. Hold that there for a sec. And then I want you to slightly tuck your chin in. Remember, this is a really gentle pull. And then release the chin. Good. Tuck the chin in and release. One more like that. Tuck the chin in and release. Last one with the ears. Pulling the ears up and back behind you. Remember, if grip strength is a problem here, you can also push. Instead of pulling the ears, you can push the ears using your knuckles. Yeah. Otherwise, pulling the tops of the ears, holding, and then release. Awesome. Okay, give the arms one more shake, getting all of the water off, the hands and the arms. If you're standing, you can shake the legs out. And let's start to move through the joints a little bit more. So finding just some wrist circles. Hands can just be loose here. They don't have to be in fists. If you're standing, you could be doing ankle circles as well. Okay, switch directions with the wrists, maybe switch sides with the ankle. Okay, good. Now keep going. Can you do one wrist in one direction and one wrist in the other direction? Testing your brain. So your hand should be moving in opposite directions. I see a lot of people still moving in the same direction. That's totally okay. But see if you can move in opposite directions. And then can you switch? So one hand should be clockwise, one hand should be counterclockwise. Yeah, okay, good. Shake that off. Give the hands a rub, rubbing the palms or the knuckles together. Yeah, let's find a quick bottle cap twisting of each finger. If grabbing your hands is hard, you're just gonna rub especially the tip of each finger and then give the rest of the finger a rub. Otherwise, you're doing that bottle cap twist, maybe just 5 or 6 times with each finger. Our hands, our feet, our face, and our lips are some of the most highly innervated parts of our body, so they loved to be touched. And when you have a better awareness of all of those areas, it not only calms the nervous system, but again, it can help it can help proprioception. It helps you know where your limbs are in time and space, and it just makes you more aware of those areas. Okay, one more rub with the hands. Let's find that body tapping. We'll go through this one kind of quick. So starting with one arm, working down the outside of the arm, and then up the inside. Go ahead and just do that 3 times on each arm, moving at your own pace. Remember, it can be a tap, a rub, a karate chop, a pinch. I'm switching arms. Whatever feels good, whatever feels like it wakes up that area the most. Notice the difference in your tissues between the two sides. Maybe the difference in the amount of muscle or tone you have in both sides. When you've done those 3 times, go ahead and come right down into the legs. Same rules, working down the outsides of the legs. You can give the feet a rub and then coming up the insides of the legs. And again, just do that 3 times through. Maybe even noticing on some parts of your body, it likes light taps, and on some parts of your body, it likes heavy taps. So really just listening to your body here. What does it want? Make sure to get the tops of your legs, if you can reach or if it's accessible to you, the bottoms of your legs. If you're standing, you can even get your butt kind of tapping in that whole area. Okay. Go ahead and just sit with that for a second. Just notice any new sensations in the body. What feels different to you? And then let's just go right into our retest. I know we've done a good warm up, but let's just do this check in anyway. So we'll start with an overhead arm raise. Coming up and down and just noticing how that feels for you. How's your range of motion today? How's your speed of motion today? Okay, good. And then we'll come right to shoulder internal, external rotation. So goalpost arms moving up and down. Noticing the difference, noticing the range. Okay, good. Hands in front of you, straight out, palms touching, or arms crossed over the chest, whatever's easier for you. Rotating the body to the left, and then rotating to the right. Rotating left, and rotating right. And just noticing, how is this feeling for you today? How's your range? How's your breath? Good, back to the center. I'm sorry, I skipped the neck here. Let's do a few head tilts to the left and to the right. How does that feel for you? Mm-hmm. And then some head rotations. So just the head and neck turning left and turning right. If you're a standing athlete, you can be doing some sit to stands, some single leg balance, or some hip hinges. And just noticing how those are feeling. Do they feel easy? Do they feel hard? All of that. Okay, I'm gonna have you grab your letter ball. We'll start with this. I always start with letter ball because it's a really easy way. It's kind of like the lowest hanging fruit. It's the most bang for your buck when it comes to warming up the eyes and the body. If you know what you've been doing, go ahead and go right into playing letter ball. Remember, you can bounce it off the floor, bounce it off a wall. You can play catch with yourself. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'm going to go ahead and explain this again. So holding the letter ball into your chest, you're going to pull it away at any angle around your body. It doesn't matter where. Look at the ball, say the first letter number that you see, and pull it back in. Yep. Pull the ball away at a different angle around your body. Look at it, say the first letter number you see, oops, and then pull it back in. And you're just going to continue to do that all around your body. Pulling that ball up above, down below, behind you, to the left, to the right. If you don't have letters or numbers on your ball, you're just pinpointing with your eyes a very specific point on the ball. Maybe it has stripes on it, so maybe you pinpoint your eyes on one of the stripes. And you're just moving it around you. If you're able to play catch with yourself, gosh, I cannot hold this ball today. If you're able to play catch with yourself where you're kind of throwing it around you, you're stopping the ball right where you catch it and you're reading it. Don't forget to hit all of those angles around you. You can use the floor. You can use a partner. You can use a wall next to you. Yeah, switching hands if you're able to, so that you really get all of those full angles, excuse me, around your body. Yeah. Okay. Keep playing. Just do a few more like that. And then I'm going to layer on. Okay. So if you catch a letter, I want you to tilt your head up. Okay, so looking up at the sky if you catch a letter. If you catch a number, I want you to look down at your belly button. So letter, look up at the sky. Number, belly button. Letter, look up. Number, look down. Okay, so keep playing. So just adding a little bit more head movement into this. Just gonna watch people here. So we're just bringing brain speed into this, where your brain has to see something, make a quick decision, and then act accordingly. Letter, you look up at the sky. Number, you look down at your belly button. Okay, I'm going to layer on again. Letter, you look up at the sky and you say a word that starts with that letter. So if I catch an S, I look up and I'm going to say ship. Okay, so a word that starts with that letter. You're gonna have to get creative. If you catch a number, you're still gonna look down, and I want you to subtract 2. And then that's the number you're gonna say. So if I see a 5, I would say 3. Okay. So letter, look up, say a word that starts with that letter. Number, look down, subtract 2. And you're trying to do it quickly. You're trying to make those decisions quickly. What did I catch? Okay, a letter, and you go from there. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch people here. Yeah, careful with the neck movements that you're not throwing your head back or forward too much. Yeah, Kathy, I saw that one didn't look too pleasant. Yeah, so just a head tilt. You don't have to throw your head back too far. Just a head tilt like you saw something on your ceiling and you're checking it out. Yeah. Let's maybe do 5 or 6 more throws. Good, good. Yeah. And go ahead and relax. Awesome. Nice work, everybody. Okay. Place that letter ball down. Grab your 2 pencils or your 2 cooking utensils of some sort. Okay, so we're gonna start holding both utensils out in front of us. Remember, if it's hard for you to hold in both of your hands, you can always use things along the wall as we're doing this one. Okay, otherwise, both arms out in front. You're gonna lock your eyes on your left pencil. You're gonna draw that pencil, so I'm dragging my knuckles down my right arm across my chest. I'm still looking at the tip of that pencil, and then I'm opening that pencil up behind me. I'm still looking at the tip. And then I pull that arm back in. So it's really close to my face as I drag it across my chest. I drag it down my arm and I reset my body back to the center. Mhm. Drag down the arm across the chest, open and rotate. Drag across the chest, down the arm, back to the center. Uh-huh. Drag, open, and rotate. Drag, open, and rotate. For folks who are blind or visually impaired, do the same movement. Just keep your nose pointed at the pencil so you're getting a nice rotation, still with your full spine, head, and neck. So what we're working on here is a little bit of near far. We're kind of combining a pencil push up with gaze stabilization because we're drawing the pencil in and away from your face, and you're having to track the pencil the whole time as it moves front to side, front to side. Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure people have that pattern down. If you've been staying on the same side, go ahead and switch sides. If you've been alternating, you can keep alternating. I stayed on the same side, so I'm just gonna switch to my other side now. Drag open, drag to the center. There we go. Yeah, really emphasize that rotation. How far back can you rotate and reach with that pencil? Yeah, there we go. Nice, everybody. Eyes stay on the pencils. There you go. There you go. Yeah, nice, Nancy. That's good. Okay. Do 2 more on this side. And I also just want to give a challenge for standing athletes when you're doing this one, and really when we're doing any one. You can always bring your feet in front of each other like you're walking a tightrope because that makes the balance a little bit harder. So if you want more of a challenge in a standing position, yeah, you can have your feet in that staggered stance. Remember, the wider they are, the easier it is. The more narrow they are, the harder it is. Okay, actually, I'll stay zoned into the camera. So now we're just going to do the pencil push-ups. Folks who are blind or visually impaired, hang tight, and I'm going to give you an alternative. So just one pencil out in front of you, arm distance away, and you're finding that pencil push-up. If you know what you've been doing, go ahead and go right into this one. If you want to add a challenge, yeah, you can come to a standing position. You can challenge yourself with a tightrope walk, or you can stand on one foot, or if you want to challenge, you can move your body around or side to side or in a circle as you do the pencil push up. Okay, for those of you that are new to the pencil push ups, wait, sorry, let me just give one more thing here. Um, for folks that usually take your glasses off, remember to take your glasses off. And for those of you that know which eye is your kind of your weaker eye, then close off your stronger eye and do the pencil push-up with just your weaker eye. Those are for only a couple of you that I think I've talked to before. Okay, for those of you that are new to the pencil push-up, so holding that pencil out in front of you with the tip right between your two eyes, you're slowly going to pull it into your face. When or if you start to see two pencils, pull it away from your face. Pull it into your face until you see two pencils, pull it away from your face. For folks who are blind or visually impaired, you're going to hold a pencil out in front of you. This is just going to be more for a target. And I want your nose to stay lined up with your pencil. And then you're going to draw a big circle. Let me back up here. A big circle in front of your body with your nose pointed at that pencil the whole time. So we're kind of coming more into the vestibular realm. I want it to be quick. So your nose is staying locked on the pencil and your body is just kind of doing an even number of circles in each direction. Yeah, that modification is just for folks who are blind or visually impaired. Okay, everybody do maybe 4 to 5 more repetitions because I've been talking for a while. Yeah. And if at any point you see two pencils, it either means you're going too fast, you've pulled that pencil in or away from you too fast, or you've pulled it in too far. Okay, yeah, so I just wanted to give a reminder there. I see some people doing it quickly, and that might be a good pace for you, but if you're seeing two pencils, you might be going too fast. Okay, good. Hold on to those two pencils. We're just going to do one more thing here. So holding the pencils out to your side, we're going to do something similar we did with the warm-up. So I want you to hinge forward. So you're either in a standing hip hinge or a seated hip hinge. If you need to have your hands on your lap, you're just going to be using things on the ceiling or the wall around you. Okay, so you're going to bring right hand down towards the floor, holding onto that pencil. Rotate left hand up towards the ceiling. And I want your head, that same thing we did in warm up, to go between top pencil and bottom pencil as quick as you can. Maybe just do 6 on that side and then go ahead and switch sides. Other hand up towards the ceiling, alternating, switching the head between the top pencil and the down pencil. For those who are standing and doing a hip hinge, try to keep your back flat, collarbones open. Good. Switch. Do 6 more on each side. 6 more with one hand up. And then 6 more with the other hand up. And if you're not holding anything, you can just be using things on the ceiling or the walls around you. Excuse me. Okay, go ahead and relax. You can set the pencils down. We're going to bring the elbows, so grab your elbows, bring the arms up overhead. Yeah, if that's kind of challenging for you, we're just going to cross the arms over the chest here. Okay, good. So we're going to do a little rib dance. So we're just finding our rib translation with our arms in this position, just to keep our arms out of the way. Shifting the ribs left, shifting the ribs right. Okay, good. Shift the ribs to the left, and then I want you to side bend to the left, and then back to the center. Shift the ribs right, side bend to the right, and back to the center. This one's always hard. Shift left, side bend left, and center. Shift right, side bend right, and center. One more each side. Shift and side bend, and center. Shift and side bend, and center. Good. Go ahead and drop the arms. Give everything a little shake. I'm just going to have you come to that nice and easy twisting rotation. So just tapping, letting the arms float as you rotate left and right, left and right. Opposite knuckle taps the low back. I think this move, at least in the Eastern medicine world, is called knocking on the doors of life, because we're kind of tapping the area right around your kidneys. And this is also just a good body reset. Okay, good. We're going to find some tapping patterns and just challenge the brain one more time. So let's take, let's see, what shape do I want to draw? Okay, let's have, God, my left and my rights are getting mixed up today. Let's have left hand up. Okay, and you're just gonna draw, let's stay with a figure 8 for now, a horizontal figure 8, also known as the infinity sign. Yeah, you can do it with a straight hand, or you can do it from your wrist. It doesn't really matter. Just whatever feels good for you. Okay, good. And then I want you to switch directions. Okay, the second direction is most likely your harder direction, so we're going to stay with this direction. So keep doing this figure 8. You're going to take your other hand and tap your head, tap your knee, tap your head, tap your knee, and just going back and forth. Okay, I'm going to layer on with this one. If tapping your head and your knee while doing the figure 8 is really challenging, this is where you're going to stay. I'm going to layer on, you can take it or leave it. We're going to tap head, hip, knee, head, hip, knee, head, hip, knee. Sorry, hang on everybody. Okay, can people hear me now? No? Oh, you can't hear me. Okay, great. You know what? I think one of my microphone things died, so it's okay. We'll just finish out class like this. I might not be able to hear you, but it's okay. We're almost done. Oops. Okay, so now I want you to switch. So now we're going to find that figure 8 with the other hand. Just a nice, easy figure 8, horizontal. Okay, pause, switch the direction of that figure 8. This is the direction that's most likely harder for your brain. Stay with this direction. Start with that tap from head to knee. Yeah, if tapping the head is too much, you can also just tap the chest if it's hard for you to lift your hand up. Okay. Again, take it or leave it. We're going to tap knee, hip. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Head, hip, knee. Head, hip, knee. Head, hip, knee. Keep that figure 8 going. Take it or leave it. I feel like I hear a leave it, leave it. You're going to add the hum. Try to keep that pattern. You can pick up the pace if that's feeling good. You can slow the pace down if that makes more sense. I want you to do one more full hum. Okay, and relax. Awesome. Okay, give everything one more shake here. Let your breath go. Let your jaw go. Kind of let your jaw hang slack there. You can stick the tongue out. Okay, awesome. Let's bring hands up to the ceiling. Open everything just like we started class. And then exhale, take a dive down. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, roll up. Good. Slide the hands behind the head or cross them over the chest. Just lift everything up one more time. Yep, and then release. Okay. Finding a grounded position again, we'll close the eyes. Finding the breath. And just seeing if anything deep in your body feels different. Moving from your head down through your throat, into the lungs. Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you feel your stomach and any other organs in there? Can you feel deep into your pelvis? Go ahead and think of one thing you're grateful for today. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for joining today, everybody. I'm gonna charge my mic after this. Just another big shout out to Move United for continuing to sponsor these classes. As always, a huge thank you to them. If you're feeling generous or you'd like to make a donation, any and all amounts are super welcome to BORP. So Sarah Dawn will post that in the chat box below. I will be around for any questions if you have any questions, and otherwise we will see you all next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, of course.
Rachel, how long does that Move United package take?
Yeah, I mean, it took some people, gosh, I want to say like up to 4 months, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
see.
anyone, were people around that time amount?
I was just curious. You said it was
Yeah.
gonna be a while, so
Yeah.
I thought maybe 2 months. So
Yeah, I mean, I would love for it to take 2